Hey there, I'm going to be showing you guys how to install R for VS Code. I'm going to be basing this off of a guide posted in 2020 by this guy Varun, and there's some things here that I ran into some trouble with and some things here that I didn't need to do. So I'm going to show you guys here in June 2024 what I had to do to get R running well in VS Code. So the first thing we need to do, I'm sure a lot of you guys probably already have VS Code installed, but we're going to go ahead and just do a fresh install here. And you're going to want to download R for Windows. And again, you might have already done this, but I'm going to go ahead and do just a normal fresh download here. And I'm going to go ahead and run the installers for both of these, and we'll move on to the next step once I have both of these programs. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and open up the R console, and then you're going to type in here, well, unfortunately I can't highlight it, but right here, install.packages, and then in parentheses and in quotes, language server, one word, and then it'll pull up this menu to choose a mirror to do your download from, and I'm just going to click the closest one to me, and it will go ahead and run the download for all these packages. While that's doing that, let's go ahead and move over to VS Code, and we're going to move over to the extensions tab down here, and I literally just typed in R, and these two extensions are the ones that we're going to want to install. So we're going to do R, I think it's just called R extension for Visual Studio Code, and then R debugger for VS Code. And there is, unfortunately, more that we're going to have to do here, and I often find that there are some difficulties that I have in finding my file directory. So here's a helpful command here that I ran. I'll post that in the description as well, just so you guys can use that. But so we have these extensions installed. Now we need to put the directory path in there for the r.exe file, which we're going to go ahead and copy as path here, and then we're going to just paste that into the R.path Windows box right here, and you can delete those quotes. See it? Okay, here we go. I must have just skipped over it. The last thing we need is R.term, which is for the terminal. Go here. That's in that x64 folder in the same location. Copy as path, and we're just going to copy and paste that there as well. And then you should be good. I'm going to go ahead and go down to the R window here. So just again to show you, because again I feel like finding the file location for R was the hardest thing for me. For me it was in program files, and then there was literally a folder called R, which I felt really stupid because I was looking in like the app data folder, but whatever. So just for a little bit of a demonstration here, I went ahead and did a couple of, not really functions, but printed out this table here just so you guys can see that it is working. To get the terminal to pop up for me, all I had to do was go ahead and have run something that would require the terminal, and so the terminal popped up here and showed me this output. And then also if you run a plot, like let's say file, can just do that, should generate a plot here in a new window. And so that's another window that we can play with here. So we have our text editor window here, and then the terminal down here. So this is very useful. Statistics, clinical research, that kind of thing. It takes a lot of the trouble out of your work. It's really good for automation and cleaning up your data for research and for writing up abstracts and manuscripts, this will just take a lot of time out so you can focus on the writing and not so much on the looking at numbers all day. But it's definitely worth learning. So if you guys have any questions and if you had any trouble getting this to work, again, this is very bare bones. This is just the minimum that you need to get this up and running, working, and then if you want to go into the more advanced stuff, you can find some more of that online. If you guys have any questions about that, I can maybe make some videos in the future, showing some other cool things you can do in R.